Winner of the 1995 Hemingway Foundation PEN Award for Best First Fiction, Susan Power, born in 1961, has written novels, short stories, and essays, including The Glass Dancer, Roof Walker, and Sacred Wilderness. Power is a member of the Standing Rock tribe of the Dakotas and a descendant of the Sioux chief Matonupa, Two Bears. Her autobiographical essay, Museum Indians, follows Power and her Dakota immigrant mother as they navigate the light polluted landscape of Chicago and come face to face with strange markers of their Dakota ancestry in the metropolis they now call home. The essay that we're reading today is a non-linear essay. That means that it doesn't follow chronological order. Things that are addressed in the essay sometimes weave in and out of time as the narrator discusses her memories that are connected to her relationship with her mother and her ancestry as a Dakota. So sometimes something that can be helpful as we are navigating something with a non-linear time frame is to ask ourselves questions and make sure that we are understanding the text. So let's go ahead and get into our text here today. And as I read, I can ask myself questions. So I am going to start reading in order to help me make predictions and then track my progress and my thinking as I read. Before I start reading, because I know that this essay is going to be about the narrator and her mother, I wonder what kind of relationship did the narrator have with her mom? So I'm going to read a little bit and see if I can figure out what I can do here about answering my question. And I like to turn on my numbers. I know you're working in your book today, and I can't remember if your paragraphs are numbered in your book or not, but it might help you to number your paragraphs as you read if they're not numbered for you. Okay, here we go. Let's start reading. A snake coils in my mother's dresser drawer. It is thick and black, glossy as sequins. My mother cut her hair several years ago, before I was born, but she kept one heavy braid. It is a 3-foot snake I lift from its nest and handle as if it were alive. Mom, why did you cut your hair? I ask. I am a little girl, lifting a sleek black river into the light that streams through the kitchen window. Mom turns to me. It gave me headaches. Now put that away and wash your hands for lunch. You won't cut my hair, will you? I'm sure this is a whine. No, just a little trim now and then to even your ends. I returned the dark snake to its nest among my mother's slips, arranging it so that its thin tail hides beneath the wide mouth sheared by scissors. My mother keeps her promise and lets my hair grow long, but I am only half of her. My thin brown braids will reach the middle of my back, and in maturity will look like tiny garden snakes. My mother tells me stories every day, while she cleans, while she cooks, on her way to the library, standing in the checkout line at the supermarket. I like to share her stories with other people and chatter like a monkey when I'm able to command adult attention. So, my question that I asked myself as I was reading, before I began reading, I asked myself, what kind of relationship does the narrator have with her mother? So, I'm just going to record my question if it'll let me. I don't think it's going to let me. But on paper, you can record. Oh, good. There we go. Okay. What kind of relationship does the narrator have with her mother? So that was my question. And I have some clues that I can figure out here. So, one is that the little girl is allowed to look through her mother's dresser drawers. That is something I never would have been allowed to do with my own mother's things. So, I think maybe the girl and her mom are very close. She's also allowed to ask her mom questions. And so it seems like they have an open relationship where they can talk to each other, and the girl isn't afraid to ask her mom things. The mom seems very caring. She makes her daughter lunch. She reassures her, um, and she keeps her promises to her. Right? My mother keeps her promise. But I also noticed that the little girl is a little bit nervous that she's whining. So I wonder if maybe the mom is kind of strict about how the girl talks to her, making sure she doesn't whine. But it seems like they do have a lot of fun. They tell stories every day, and the little girl even likes to repeat the stories that she hears from her mother. So I'm going to add some notes to answer my own question. It seems like they have an open, caring relationship. The girl can ask her mother questions and even go in her dresser and look through her mom's things. The mom is caring toward the speaker and tells her stories the girl loves to repeat. So, by paying attention to those details, it helps me answer my own question as I'm reading. And you can do the same thing as you're reading today. You're going to finish the rest of the passage. And as you work through the passage today, you're going to be annotating the text for these questions. Where did the author's mother grow up? Why did she leave? Why does mom complain about the statue at the Historical Society? Why is the dress at the Natural History Museum important to the author and her mother? Does her mother like living in Chicago? Does the author? And then for your exit ticket today, I'd like you to create 2 additional questions and actually write them in your book. So, just like you saw me annotating my text for the answer to my own questions, you'll be annotating your text as well. So, evidence, my evidence that they have a good relationship, she can ask her mom questions. So, I'm going to highlight that. I'll keep it yellow because that's what the same question. She makes the girl lunch. She reassures her. And she keeps her promises. So these are all annotations that I can use to answer my own question. That's what I want to see in your book today. When I'm walking around and you're working independently, I want to see you annotating, marking your text for the things that help you to answer your questions. And I want to see you writing your 2 additional questions in your book as you work today. Thanks.